Welcome back to another episode of Black History Chat with Black Veterinary Professionals, sponsored by United Veterinary Care, where we believe in improving the lives of all people and pets. And again, I have another amazing guest that will be joining me today. This amazing individual, to me, he Black history all in his own. He is a graduate of the Fort Valley State University undergrad, and also got his DVM at Tuskegee, which is also a historical Black college. He is also owner of Critter Fixer Veterinarian in Bon Air, Georgia, where he also works with his partner, Dr. Terrence Ferguson. These amazing gentlemen not only have a veterinary clinic called Critter Fixer Veterinary Clinic, but they also have a television show called Critter Fixer Country Vets, which is a nationally syndicated Nat Geo program that you can, I think you all are internationally now, if I'm not mistaken, right, Dr. Hodges?
Yeah, man, we're in 73 countries. So sometimes you want to hear some country ease, as I call it, translated into French. You can go on Disney Plus in France.
That is outstanding, man. That is outstanding. And if I am not mistaken, you all are up for the 55th NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Reality Program. Is that true?
Yeah, man, caught me totally off guard.
Wow.
And, you just never know where you go. When I go talk to kids, I always talk to them and say, look, it doesn't matter where you are, if you're good at what you do, and if you're really passionate, they will find you. And so, man, we won a Critics' Choice Award for Best Reality Show about in 2022. And
right.
So when we get a call from the network saying, we got something special, you just were nominated for this award. And even I look at the category of people that we have, and, you in there with Steve Harvey and,
wow.
Family Feud and all these different things. I'm like blown away. But yeah, man, I'm super excited
awesome.
about it.
That is extremely awesome, man. So, on the back end, the backstory, it was funny. Is it true that all of this almost started the show? Did it start with a message from Instagram?
Bro, thank goodness for kids. Because I'm old. I ain't know nothing about Instagram. I was like, what are these little numbers up here? I didn't realize what a DM was.
Right.
And then, and so I got a DM. They said, Dr. Hodges, would you like a TV show? And that's literally how it started.
Wow. So the moral to this story is don't ignore your DMs, is what you're saying.
Don't. You never know. You never know what goes down in the DM. So definitely check.
That is awesome. That is awesome, man. I know you're a busy man. Can you tell me a little bit about, do you have ties with the PetSmart services? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, man. Another thing, One thing that I'm really proud, we got Vet for a Day where we go with younger kids or middle-aged kids and teach them, about the vet field and try to bring them along. But, I found that a lot of vets, they're unfortunately saddled with quite a bit of educational debt. And so they feel like ownership is not possible, especially African-Americans. I mean,
right.
Everybody talks to 2 to 3% of African-Americans who aren't, who in the profession. So if you can imagine the number of Black owners is So the only way, one of the main ways to change your socioeconomic status is to be a business owner. So, man, so far I've been able to help 5 people become business owners, all African Americans.
Wow.
Of course, I work with anybody,
right?
But I have plans this year in 2024. To create another 15 business owners in partnership with the PVS Veterinary Service. Man,
that is awesome, and I've been fortunate enough to definitely work with you, in the height of growing your career, and
sure.
Aside from the skill set, you have the personality to make people understand, to believe in themselves, right? And if I'm not mistaken, you wrote a book called Bet on Yourself, right?
Bet on Yourself, yeah.
What inspired you to write that book? What gave you the courage, and what are some things that you highlight in Bet on Yourself that just kind of sum that book up?
Now, as I was looking at Bet on Yourself, as I was looking at I wanted to not only share my knowledge, my wins and my losses, because the book doesn't, I don't always win. So the book kind of shares all the different things, because people see me now and they're like, man, this guy's on top of the world. He has all these clinics. He has a TV show. But trust me, the first chapter and the first line in that book is motivated by shame, because I failed to grade. And so, I want to let people know that, it's okay not to be perfect, but it's not okay to stay where you are. You got to keep pushing. Right.
And I think that's one of the biggest things that I find challenging. And let me ask you this as a African American, and it's one of them deals where I kind of think about it, going through a lot of the ups and downs that you went through, a lot of the struggles that you went through. Do you think that prepared you a little bit more for vet school, a little bit better than others that may not have gone through some of the struggles that you've gone through?
I definitely think, unfortunately, in our communities, we're met with challenges every day. We're met with challenges that a lot of times, maybe other people who aren't a part of the culture don't see. So, when you get in vet school, true enough, I'm trying to get A's, and I struggled, and I didn't get a lot of A's. I made a lot of B's and C's, but, I would see people crying because, they didn't quite that. But my question was always, did you learn and did you do your best? Right. And that's what you got to remember in vet school. I have yet in my 26 years, have anybody asked me what was my GPA? Not a single client.
That's true. It was funny. I saw, it's funny that you said it. I was in Atlanta and I saw a Lamborghini, and that's the back of it said GPA 2.0. I said, wow.
Exactly.
I was like, wow.
No way.
Man, exactly. Well, that is awesome. So my question for you today, because I know you're a busy man, you got to get back to doing the things. What advice? So I had I was fortunate enough to work in a university, and I would never forget. I met this one student, black student, and he was going through his internship, his residency. And one of the biggest things he told me as I was leaving the university, he said, Walter, I'm going to really miss you, man. And he said, the reason I'm going to miss you, man, he was like, when you came in at 2:00, my day got better, because it's just the fact that someone who looks like me just walked in the building and I can relate to him. And, it just made my day better. And, and I was like, man, I really appreciate that. And I've learned that more and more as I've gone forward. So my question for you is, what advice would you give a black veterinary student who may be in those shoes that are thinking, or regretting, I shouldn't have gone to vet school, I shouldn't have took this career path, there's not a person that looks like me around, why did I choose this? This is hard and I want to quit. What advice would you give to that vet student, or even to your younger self that may have thought that?
And it's a great question, but when you think about it, and you walk into a room, of veterinarians, and oftentimes there aren't vets that look like us or in school. Mm-hmm. But the question comes down to, you can almost guarantee everybody around you loves animals, right? Mm. So that's where it starts. We all have a love of animals. We all, no matter what, whether you're from another country, whatever, if you're a vet tech, veterinarian, or an vet, your number one thing is you love animals.
That's true.
So you've been given the opportunity now, if you're in vet school, to carry on that load. I'll tell you, one of the most common things I hear from people who are, I would say, older or middle-aged is, I always wanted to be a veterinarian, but I wish I had done it.
Yep.
I hear that all the time. So you're there. It gets better. Wow. Reach out to peers. Reach out to your peers. Reach out to, it don't necessarily have to be in the vet school you're in. Listen, there are so many organizations that didn't exist when I was coming up. And I'm going to tell you something. And again, this is not coming from a place of bragging or saying anything. But listen, I have created multiple 7-figure veterinary hospitals. I am on a TV show in 73 countries. Right. I have been on everything from Entertainment Tonight to Tamron Hall to Good Morning America. If you name Katy Perry, I've been in People magazines. I was invited to the White House. But when I walk in some veterinary circles, people look at me like I don't belong. Mm. Right? And I made it to what would be thought of as the pinnacle. So don't take that for you, because it's part of it. But I won't let anybody deter me, because I love animals, I love people, and I love trying to, bring younger kids along and mentoring. So just remember, and you always say, if they, if Dr. Hodges keep going, I can keep going too.
And you know what? I can attest to that, and it is so amazing, man, to see where the growth. And it's funny, cause, both of us are in our separate lanes doing the same thing. And you're right.
Sure.
It came from, we love animals. We love animals. I have witnessed you make someone's day, that they make him in the clinic awful, and I've witnessed you make that client's day much better, right? And that dog may have that same illness, but it's about the charisma. It's about being personal. It's about knowing your clients. And that's one thing that I applaud you with, is that you know your clients. You know where they hurt, where they love, and what needs to make them better. So I applaud you on that, and I appreciate you taking the time out your busy schedule to chat with us today on Black History Chat. Where can they find any of your information as far as social? Are you on Instagram, Facebook? Where can they find you?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, Dr. Hodges _ Critter Fixer Vet. Dr. Hodges _ Critter Fixer Vet. You can find me, and I like to have fun on IG now that I kind of, as an old man, know what to post a little bit. So definitely can find me there.
That's awesome, man. And congratulations on 6 seasons of Critter Fixer Country Vet now.
6 seasons.
Man, congratulations on your 6th season of Critter Fixer Country Vet. And we will be rooting for you. And again, for anybody listening, make sure y'all go out and vote Dr. Hodges for that 55th NAACP Image Award as it pertains to Outstanding Reality Program. Dr. Hodges, we appreciate you taking the time today. And again, we will see you all back on Black History Chat with United Veterinary Care. Thank y'all.